The reality is you probably still have a little bit of that fantasy in your head. That's why. And the fantasy in your head is that, oh, I can find this equal partner. She understands everything I do. She's going to be there for me no matter what. It's like the fantasy of unconditional love. That's what that is. And however you want to word it, you still have that to some degree. And you have to, like I said, for the type of guy you want to be, you have to get rid of that completely. There's no such thing as unconditional love in this world. And no girl is going to love you unconditionally, understand you, be there for you through thick and thin. This doesn't work that way. It never has. All throughout human history, it hasn't. Now, there's cases where girls will hold out for their guy, but that guy always has something, right? It's because she respects him. That's why she stays, not because she loves him. And I think that's a common misconception. A lot of guys buy into the idea that, oh, my girlfriend loves me so much, she's never going to leave. It's like, love's not important. A girl can love a guy and still leave him, right? She has to respect him.
So I need him to respect me. Yeah, exactly.
Respect is the most important thing that you can have, because if someone respects you, they're gonna be a little scared to leave or do things. He's like, oh, I don't want to leave this guy. Is this the best I can do? Right?
Yeah.
So they need to respect you.
I see what respect. It's like more like, instead of respect, more like authority in a way.
Not necessarily authority. I think a lot of times people have that kind of conclusion. They make that conclusion that, oh, it's authoritarian. It's not authoritarian necessarily. It's just that they understand that you're just better at making judgment calls, at taking leadership, at performing tasks than they are. That's what it is. If you know 100% that some guy is better, you're going to respect him, because you respect him for the fact that, oh, he can do this better. And then regardless of what task it is, if he's a fighter, even if you're bigger than this guy, you're still going to respect him. You're like, he fights, I don't. Should I get into altercation with this guy? That's where respect comes from. A little bit of fear of not getting the desired outcome you want. So you're going to rather be safe and be respectful. It's the same thing. When a girl doesn't respect you, she doesn't care about taking risks of disrespecting you in public or saying crazy things to your face, creating arguments. It's because she doesn't have a fear of you leaving or a fear of anything. So, and I think this is very, these are a little bit controversial topics, of course. A lot of people see it all through rose-tinted goggles. They think life is all daisies and roses and everything nice, but it doesn't work that way. You have to arm yourself with the truth. And the truth is, you have to get respect.
Yeah, the truth hurts in a way, but
it's not even the reason why it hurts is because we've been conditioned incorrectly. Like the last 2 generations of parents did a horrible job. That's why we feel this way. I mean, I don't, of course, but I'm saying in general, guys feel this way because they didn't get armed properly from childhood, and now they're having to battle poor conditioning. Right? When you get told your whole life, oh, everything you do is great, everything is just feelings and emotion, and you can go out there and find the one. It's like, well, you're going to grow up believing that, and then through your experience, your life will show you that it's not correct. Right? Your life will show you that it's not possible, and then you will almost have a negative feeling inside, and that's that negative feeling you get is you fighting the reality of how the world actually works. And then you have 2 choices in that moment, right? You decide to buy into reality and appreciate it and love it for how it is, or you keep going down the fantasy path and keep living a life of perpetually always being one step behind. And a lot of guys, like I said, a lot of traditional conservatives, for example, in the United States, they will preach marriage to the highest order because that's important in Christianity, right? But then they're still going to get divorced. Their wife's going to divorce them. So what have they done? Nothing. All they did was be ideological about something. They tried really hard to push their version of the reality onto the world, and it failed because they failed to see how reality actually is. And that's my whole goal, right? I want to tell guys what reality is actually about, so you can make the correct moves around that rather than the fantasy you want, which is like the whole, I mean, so many guys have this, no one's that special. No guy is that special, doesn't have this at some point in his life, because we grew up in the same system, right? We're gonna find the girl, she's gonna be like 50-50 partnership, she's gonna be there for me, she'll be exciting and she'll support me, and we'll build something together. Like a lot of guys have that idea, but it just doesn't work that way. So not for the majority, the vast majority. So once you get rid of that delusion, then it's gonna be way easier for you to move. You'll be like, okay, I get it. I have to be the leader. I have to be strong, and then I will pick the girl once I have options, and then I'll pick the right girl that makes the most sense, and I'll take care of her, and I'll take care of the family, and I'll make sure everything's sorted. But of course, you'll be prepared in the background, right? You have your paperwork all ready to go. You'll make sure that she can't take you for everything that you're worth after taking care of her for 20 years. So like I said, you have to consider all these things, right? And you have to consider yourself where you stand on all of it too. Every guy's gonna be a little different. Maybe you like a girl that works. Some guys don't. Some guys prefer they don't work at all and they stay at home. And I mean, a lot of girls don't like that anymore, but there are girls that do. So yeah, there's a lot of variables there. You have to figure out for yourself exactly what you want first, and you're just too young to quite understand that, right? If you like what you saw, subscribe to my channel and check out my website in the description to book a call. Thanks for watching.